Hello boys, girls, and beans, it is just Jaelynn. Welcome back to a laid-back Let's Play here in Minecraft 1.21. Now, we have done quite a bit of work here off camera. I have done, well, I've been growing some dark oak trees, and I have gotten enough for 13 stacks of, there's my 13 stack. Okay, I've got 13 stacks of dark oak wood, and we're going to come back to why I've been growing dark oak later on. But right now we are kind of in a spot where, again, we are open in terms of goals we can be accomplishing. We can go to our village over here to the west and start looking into boosting the population there and getting traders done. I have some ideas around sprucing up the house here and getting some things going in the barn as well in terms of just decorating and that sort of thing. And we've got a world to explore. We now have the capability to make maps and things like that, and I always like to create a big map and explore the environs around my base and just kind of get a feel for what the land has for us. So those are things we can do, and I think what I'm going to start by doing is just kind of sprucing things up around here. I'm going to go grab some foliage and some other miscellaneous this and that, and we're going to make this house a little more lived in looking, and we'll probably get some hay put together to go out in the pole barn over there. So let's go ahead and do that. We're not going to do a whole lot here. I've just got like 4 hay bales, and we're going to put them maybe right here. Now I need my shears, and we're going to go grab some foliage from the trees around here as well. Some jungle foliage, I think. I like this brilliant green color. I don't really know how much I'm going to need. Probably half a stack is plenty. Let's go ahead and take a look around here and see where we can put this stuff. I've also got some vines and some short grass too. That's interesting. Alright, let's see, maybe we put this stuff like around here. I like that. Maybe we get some bushes growing along the verge here. Back here I'm not quite as concerned about because we're just back here in the jungle and nobody's seeing that side anyway, but maybe along here. And I think that looks kind of nice. I think that makes a nice little accent to the house, and I like the way the green contrasts with the red too. Let's put the rest of these away and maybe we'll use them later. It also occurs to me that I should probably go back down into the mines and see if I can find some spiders, because we are going to need a lot of scaffolding later, which means we need string. I have 6 pieces of string right now, and I've got a lot of bamboo, but I don't think that makes a whole lot of scaffolding. Let's see how many scaffolding we get out of one crafted recipe. We get 6, so I can make up to 36 scaffolding. That might be enough for what I'm thinking on doing, but I don't really know. I think it would be nice to have some extra if I could. But that'll be... Matter of fact, let's go ahead and turn this all into... No, let's don't. Let's don't. I want to do other things with this string right now. And let's go ahead and think about getting our scaffolding string from down in the mines. So that's another thing on our list of things to do today. Alright, so let's go ahead and craft some things out of this string, because it is kind of burning a hole in my pocket, and I want to get it used up. That way I don't have it sitting there waiting to be used later. I've got a bow, and I'm going to also make, I'm going to also make a fishing rod so that we can have access to the water. We can get all the different little treasures that you can get from fishing and that sort of thing. So all of that is now at our fingertips when we are ready for it. So I think at this point in time I want to go over to the village, and we'll talk to our villagers and see what the situation is over there, how many different professions we have, what the population is, and what we can do to expand things. So I'll see you over there in the village. And here we are in our desert village, and I really do have kind of the idea to turn this into a resort at some point. I brought a bed because if you recall back in episode 1, I stole the bed out of this particular house, and I'm going to put one back. I'm going to keep the lime green one, but they can have a white one. It'll work just as well for them. So we have a farmer here. That is right off the bat obvious, and I want to see what kind of trades he... Hey, come back here. I want to see what trades he offers. He does carrots and bread, which is nice because I grow carrots at my farm back home. So let's take a look and see. I have my hoe with me. Let's... What was that? Oh my gosh, that camel just growled. Did you hear that? That's insane. So we have a farmer. Let's see what else we can find around here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 beds so far. Let's go ahead and count up the rest of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm counting 9 beds in this village. Now we're going to take a census and find out how many villagers are actually here. 1, 2, 3. Hi. 4, 5, 7. And on a quick walk back through the village, I am counting 7 villagers. So there's room for growth here already. They've got 2 beds that are available, and we have opportunity to have even more. There is one unemployed villager here, which actually that's my next step, is to count the number of workstations we have to see what the job market is like here. Here we have a farming station, a composter. We have a blast furnace for a armorer who's already employed here. We have a second farmer who is dealing in wheat. We have a smoker here, which employs a butcher. And I counted only 4 villager workstations in this village. 2 composters, a blast furnace, and a smoker. So there are definitely more jobs. I'm sorry, there are definitely more villagers here than jobs. Let's see what we can do about that. Now, I've temporarily returned home because I want to make some villager workstations now, and I don't know exactly what all I want to build yet. I think a librarian would be in order, maybe a cartographer, and we'll just have to see from there what all takes my interest here. So let's go ahead and start building workstations. Here we have a cartography table. I want to build both a lectern and an enchanting table, so we are going to go ahead and... we're going to go ahead and sacrifice some cattle here, although I have been breeding my farm up a little bit, so we do have a few that we can choose from here. And we got 2 pieces of leather from that. That's actually perfect. That's actually exactly what I need. So let's go ahead and... Out of my way, cows. Let's go ahead and head back in to our house and go ahead and be about our business. Now with our 2 leather and some paper, we can make 2 more books. That gives me 3 books for a bookshelf and 1 book to make an enchanting table once we get there. So let's go ahead and take our bookshelf. Let's grab slabs. Where are my slabs at? I know I had some. There they are. Let's take our slabs and we will make a lectern because we would like to have a librarian, I think, there in that village. There's our lectern, and we'll put the rest of this away for now. I've really got to get my storage organized here because, wow, it is a mess. Now that brings us up to 6 occupations for our 7 villagers. So now the question is, what do I want my 7th occupation to be? Do I want it to be a second librarian? Do I want it to be something else, perhaps? What do we want to have as our next occupation for our final villager? I think I am going to have it be a smithing table. So let's go ahead and grab our smithing table. That gives us 3 more occupations. We have 3 villagers that are unemployed there. So let's go ahead and run back there and get some jobs to some people. Now we have a set of market stalls out here and community places. Like we have this bell here. We have a couple of other this and that's and miscellany hanging out around the place. And so I think I'm going to put these out here. I would like to put the the cartography table here. Let's see if we can attract an unemployed villager to it. Wait, we have one. We have our cartographer now. And we take paper and empty maps. I'll take that. All right, next profession, we have a lectern. Let's see if we can find a good spot for that. And let's have it be right here. Oh, I think we have interest. I think we have interest. Hello? Yes, we have a librarian now, and he sells a piercing 4 book. I'm going to go ahead and start resetting trades for this here, because... you know. Out of the way, sir. 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 Oh my gosh. Nope, that's a paper trade. That's an efficiency 2 book. A little more utility in that book, but still not exactly what I'm looking for. Nope, that's paper again. Let's see, that's paper for a 3rd time. Piercing 1.
One eternity later.
Silk Touch. Now that's almost worth keeping. Ooh. It's not mending, but it's a reliable source of Silk Touch. Oh man. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I think I'll hang on to it. We might make a second librarian once we get a little more of a population going here. We'll go ahead and hang on to Silk Touch. I'm gonna go ahead and put down this smithing table elsewhere for someone. Let's see, we've got our cartography table already set up. Smithing table will go right here. Alright, let's see what his trades are. He trades coal, and he'll also sell me a stone shovel. Okay. Well, that'll be worth... I mean, he'll eventually get me to where I can get diamond tools, so that's not a bad idea to go ahead and hang on to him. So, I think that takes care of my employment problem here. I do have... let's see, that's a farmer. He's unemployed still, so we actually could get one more profession here, and maybe I should make that be a second librarian. What do we think, guys? I think maybe that's appropriate. And we're back in the village with a fresh lectern. Now let's go ahead and pop this down and see if we can get that last unemployed villager to give us something good here. So I have confirmed that there's an experimental data pack that rebalances the rarity of mending such that only a swamp villager can offer it as a master level trade. Pretty sure that is not enabled on this game. I'm pretty sure I did not enable that, so we're still looking for mending. You know what? I'm gonna take Protection 3 and leave it. I'm tired of doing this. And I have no idea whether or not... I know that the experimental data pack is not turned on, but I have no idea what other requirements there are for getting mending, and I'm just kind of tired of waiting for it to happen. So, alright, we've got every villager employed here now, and so now we can begin eventually trading with them. I have to walk around and see what they take in terms of trades, and then we'll go ahead and start doing that. I wonder if I should have... I wonder if I should have gotten a Fletcher instead. That way I could trade sticks. Huh. That's a good question. Maybe I should do that instead. Because that would be an easy source of emeralds. Let's go ahead and run back to our house and get ourselves a fletching table. You need flint for a fletching table, and I have no flint, so I'm going to have to go around and look for some gravel to be able to create this fletching table. And just that easy, we have 2 pieces of flint. Let's go back home. And let's go ahead and make our fletching table, and let's go back to that village. Now, let's put down this fletching table instead, and hopefully our trader will have sticks for a trade. We have to wait for him to arrive wherever he went. Ah, here he is. And he does. He'll trade 32 sticks for an emerald, or an emerald and gravel for flint. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I think we've got a good cheap source of trades now. We've got villagers who can be leveled up. What did I set that librarian to earlier? I can't remember. Where is the librarian? Ah, there he is. Right, Silk Touch. Okay. I guess I'm happy enough with all this. Alright, let's go ahead and head back home. Well, even though we didn't get Mending out of one librarian, we did get Silk Touch out of the other, so I'm kind of happy with that because Silk Touch is going to be an important thing to have, at least reliably, on our tools eventually. So hopefully we'll be able to be satisfied with that, and we can find Mending elsewhere in the world. Now I want to see about setting up my enchanting table because I've got everything I need to make one. The thing is, I need a good environment to put it in, and I think I've decided on having a nice little garden type environment to build it in. So that means I'm going to need flowers, I'm going to need blocks of leaves, I'm going to need all kinds of pretty things that I can put in my garden and surround my enchanting table with. So let's go ahead and go exploring and see if we can find all of those goodies for ourselves. Let's go! I am going to create a crafting table here for my own use, and that is because I want to make a map as I go exploring. I want to be able to chart the territory as I explore around, and that way I have a good idea of where I am. And we can see here we've got our first level of the map created. Now we're going to add more levels because I want this to be pretty zoomed out. And now I have my map fully zoomed out to, I think, what is that, one, like, level, like 16? 1 to 16? I can't remember. But anyway, there we are in our little blurb right there in the middle. And we're going to go exploring far afield and find what kinds of things we can find. Different wood types, different flowers, different things we can build our garden out of, and we'll bring home anything that looks exotic to us as well. And out here in the dock we have our boat. Let's go exploring. Look, pandas! Aren't they adorable? I love them! What kind of pandas are they? I can't... Not that I really know the difference. I know that there's like 4 different kinds of them. Look at him chomping on the bamboo! Oh, that's one of the derpy ones. Look at the tongue out. Hang on, let me get a better look. Look at him! Ah! He's amazing! What about this guy? What is he? Oh, he's grouchy. Oh, he's a grouchy panda. Okay. Bye, pandas. Have a wonderful life. Ooh, a glowstone cave. Oh, I've got to go down in here and get some moss and things. Yes, I must. Yes, I must. There is no way I'm not going down here. We're gonna have company. Alright. Gosh, we are in the thick of this awesomeness here. I wonder if I can get some drip leaf. Yes, I can. Oh my goodness. Drip leaf. Azalea bushes. Azalea bushes. Moss. Give me all of it. Oh my gosh. Moss carpet. Yep. Yep, we are taking all of this stuff. Oh, how pretty it is in here. I need some more glowberries. And we need that spore blossom. We must have that spore blossom. Another azalea bush, I think, for our trouble. And we got our spore blossom. Yay! So happy. And let's call that good, because we can bone meal the rest of this, provided we get some bones, and have our own little lush ecosystem at home. You appear to be in a precarious situation, sir. I don't think I can save you, so, good luck. Lilies of the Valley. Now look at this. I don't think I have any room in my inventory now for them, but let's see if we can get rid of anything. I've already got mangrove propagules at home, so let's take some lilies of the valley. There are so many flowers out on these plains here. We got sunflowers already. I'm going to get my hands on some of these cornflowers and dandelions and daisies. You guys, I found alliums. I knew I'd be able to find them by exploring. I wouldn't have to buy them from the wandering trader. The trouble is, I've got a set of full pockets here. They're full to bursting, and I just don't have the space for them right now. So I think we have made it about halfway around the map, a little more than halfway around the edges of the map, and I think I need to stop by my house and drop things off. So let's work our way back toward home. I suspected it would be a straight shot across ocean to our home, and would you look at that, it sure was. There's a lot of water on this section of the map, so we're gonna have to put up with the idea that there's not going to be the diversity of biomes that I was kind of hoping for around here. We're going to have to go a lot further away before we can find things like mountains and cherry blossom biomes and groves and snow and all that sort of thing, and taiga biomes for that matter. So just something that we'll have to be prepared for, I suppose. This little forest peninsula has all kinds of things for us. We have alliums, we have pink tulips, azure bluets, we have rose bushes, red tulips, orange tulips, white tulips, and pink tulips, and pumpkins. So we got so many things just from this little island. Our inventory is already on its way back to being full. Let's continue exploring. We've encountered a desert village here on the very southwest corner of my map here. Let's go ahead and take a quick look around and see who's here. We've got houses. We've got horses tethered here. Oh, that beautiful dark brown one. Look at this. My goodness. We have a pig in a stable here. We have hay. We have a farmer. This is another village that, while small, appears to be doing okay for itself. We'll just take a look around in the rest of these houses. There's enough people to have a iron golem. They have a stonemason. But it doesn't look like there's a whole lot here. This is a... oh, there's a cartographer, and he sells empty maps and things, but not many beds in this village. It's... I mean... I can jump on this hay bale and kind of just see it from end to end there. There's, you know, little wells, paddocks, and things down to the south, and then a few buildings, and that's really all there is to this village. That's one of the smallest ones I've ever seen, so nothing really here for us, but it's quaint. They've got a camel. Alright, from here our path turns north. Let's go ahead and go. Oh, I get outside of this village by just a little ways and we spot a Badlands. Look at this. Now, I don't remember if wells contain suspicious sand or not. It looks like maybe it does, because I think that's a piece of it right there. It looks just a little different from the rest of the sand around here. Unfortunately, I do not have a brush right now, so we'll have to make one and come back to this place. Let's go ahead and replace that little piece of sandstone, and we'll proceed north because we're not really interested in looking at things that are off the edge of the map right now. That's just the way I kind of operate, but it's good to know that there's a little bit more of biome diversity around here. A little something besides jungles and savannas and things. There's another village. No, wait, that's a temple. You guys. Oh, we might have to go now. Guys, we have to go. We have to visit this place. And then I think we'll be going straight home again because this is going to load up our inventory. We're going to grab up all of this TNT here and replace our pickaxe. Now let's see what's in the chests. We have rotten flesh, sand and an efficiency 2 book. We'll take the book. Here we have lots of gunpowder. We'll put that pressure plate away. We'll take the iron and gold too while we're here. We don't need the egg. The gold we'll trade for the... oh gosh. For the sandstone, I guess. We have more sand. That's a Depth Strider 2 book and lots of string. Gosh, I didn't want to leave behind more of this stuff, but we'll leave behind the birch sapling. Actually, we'll leave behind the birch wood. If I take the sapling, that means I can have birch wood whenever I want. So let's do that. Let's trade the string for beef. I've got plenty of beef cooking at home. And in the final chest, we have a golden apple, which we're going to have to take with us, aren't we? We'll trade that for this single piece of chiseled sandstone. And that brings us around to... oh, we got an emerald, too. My gosh. Now what can we get rid of? I'm going to give up my shield, because it's about dead anyway. So what else do we have here? Was that everything? I think that was everything. And after a very long bout of rowing and walking and running and falling in holes, during which not much else happened, we have made it home with a filled out map just in time for night to fall. And with a fresh new morning, I've thrown myself a quick item frame, and I'm going to throw this right up above the door here. And you can see how much of this biome, or how much of this environment around us, is ocean. We have a deep bay back in here where all of this is jungle or mangrove swamp. And it's just solid. It's huge. It sprawls in all directions for as much as that deep green shows up on the map. We also have plains, principally savanna on this particular island down here, and you can see this is all broken up by water channels and things like that. We have more mangrove, more jungle up to the northeast. To the southeast there are plains and forests and things like that, and to the southwest we have the beginnings of a great desert and a village in the very southwest corner. It's the only other village that I was able to find in this section of the map other than our island village. So that brings to an end our expedition into the parts of the world around us, and it's all warm biomes. So if we want to find colder biomes, the cherry blossoms, the mountains, the snow, the taiga, we'll have to venture even further beyond this, but that'll be an adventure for another day. For right now, what is it with all of this dark oak in my inventory? Well, I'm worried about forest fires. You see, there is a big pool of lava right up here behind my house, and yes, it is eventually going to become the source for my obsidian to make my nether portal. You can see where it's already burned out a good chunk of the jungle around it. And I'm afraid of that happening again. I do not wish for my house to burn down amidst a giant forest fire. And as Smokey the Bear says, only you can prevent forest fires. So I am taking the initiative, and I'm going to take all 13 stacks of that wood, and I'm going to find a place to build a fire lookout tower. Probably right up in here somewhere, along this little mound right here. So we're going to clean out some land, and then we're going to build up a big fire lookout tower. Here's what it looks like. Hey there, it's Editing Jaelynn, and I had a little bit of a problem. As you see, I went to build my tower, and I had replay mod going, and everything seemed to be going fine. When I got done building the tower, I stopped playing, and I let replay mod do its thing. It was loading in all of the replay data, and then all of a sudden, I got a dialog box that told me that I had run out of memory in Minecraft, and it would no longer finish loading in the replay data, and that entire video was lost. So what I had to do then is go ahead and double the memory allocation for my Minecraft instance, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in here in my creative testing world. I'm going to build the tower here, and I know it's not going to be the same thing. I know that I can't die in here. There's no fall damage. There's no monsters. There's no day and night here. All I can do for you is try to not use flying whenever I can during this build, because I want you to be able to see the process of how this build goes. So anyway, here is the video of my tower build. Hope you enjoy. And here is our fire lookout tower. It rises 34, I believe 35 blocks above the ground at the peak of its height, and is 9 blocks wide, and affords us a commanding view of the woods around us and the lava lake down below and the environs beyond, and helps us to keep a watch for any smoke or any danger that may arise. I thought this was a lot of fun to build. It's very plain. It's built just out of dark oak. It's not very fancy, but it was definitely a big structure, and I feel like it was definitely a worthwhile build. I'm going to go out on my boat and take a look at it from afar, because one of the more practical purposes of this structure, actually, because I'm not going to be playing the game just standing in it, but one of the more practical purposes of it is to serve as a tall landmark, so I can see my house from a distance. And I think we have definitely accomplished that mission. It rises tall above even the tallest trees there in the jungle, and it does what it's supposed to do as far as serving as a watchtower. I want to go over to the village and see if it still renders from that distance. It's hard to see it for the trees, but yes, it definitely stands tall there once you get around them. That's going to do it for this episode of our casual Let's Play. It's getting a little less casual now that we're putting some serious materials into our builds and actually getting things done on a larger scale like this, and it is not even large compared to what is to come. I still have to build that observatory. That's going to require even more exotic materials that we'll have to delve into places like the Nether and possibly even the End to get things for that. So stay with me. We've got all kinds of more fun coming up, and until then, thank you so much for watching. It's good to have adventuring companions like you. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. My name is just Jaelynn. Thank you so much again for watching. Hope you take care and be well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.